coming. I will probably cry at some point. I'm just going to preface. I'm a crier. But it means so much to me to have the support for Wyatt. I cried right when they're standing there, and I just ran up and hugged them and cried. And they were like, "Oh, okay." I got a very big hug in return. She was very sweet. I said, "You're the closest thing to my boy." So, closest person. So anyways, thank you so much for coming. This is so beyond out of my comfort zone. It's not even funny, but just hearing the sound of Wyatt's voice talking about how much he loves Potter's Village and loves the children and loves Mama Jane and the work that they're doing there. I thought, okay, I can be uncomfortable and do this because he's just passionate about these kids. So sorry, I think I'm making people cry. Anyways, it has been such an honor to have Mama Jane and her daughter Nana Ama in our home. Just my children love her. They came home from school today and says, "Where are they?" Just immediately have fallen in love with both of them. And just it's been a pleasure, and I can see why Wyatt loves both of you so much and why he loves Potters. And he said when he got there, after a week or two, I said, "So do you love it?" And he said, "I've never felt more at home." And so I just gone in his heart now, and it's been a wonderful experience to watch him grow and to watch him. I knew when we put him on the airplane, that boy would never come home, and that it would be a man that came home. And I'm seeing him grow so much, and I feel very safe with him in your hands, and I appreciate you. And then just to go forward, as the more I learn about the work that Potters is accomplishing, the sacrifice that these women and their families are making to make life better for women and children in Ghana, and not just that small community, but beyond, the work that they're trying to change and affect in Ghana is just so inspiring. And I started a nonprofit in December and then just stopped because I didn't know what else to do. And watching Wyatt work at Potters and watching the work that Mama Jane and Nana Ama and others are doing there is giving me courage and helping me realize that a lot of those same things are things that we face here, and things that I'm passionate about helping abused women and empowering them and getting them excited about life again, giving them the confidence to be able to move forward with a vocation, with certification in something that can immediately allow them within a very short time to provide for themselves and their children, which I truly believe transfers that confidence, is passed on to their children, and makes the children even more excited to go forward with their own educations. I think it is one of the most amazing works that you can do. And so you're giving me courage to continue forward, and I also look forward to a partnership with them, to work with them to also help life better for women and children in Ghana, because I can see that there are beautiful people there that are growing and learning from both of you and from Potters. And so it's been life-changing for me, not even having been on the ground yet, to be able to watch. So I want to give them as much time as possible, so I want to pass the time over. Just as introduction, Mama Jane is the founder and the president of Potter's Village. She's been doing this work for 15 years, and has just, and she'll talk more about that, but just completely inspiring. And Nana Ama has her master's degree, and is also the national coordinator and a counselor at Potter's Village also. And so just powerful, phenomenal women, and I'm just completely awed to be with them. So.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
I'm so excited to be here amongst very wonderful people such as you. I'm glad that you have responded positively to our invitation to be here with us this evening. About 15 years ago, the Lord laid something on my heart, and I had to bring it to a reality. So I tried, and then we started. When we started taking volunteers from all over the world, and then I call my volunteers angels, because some of them were so wonderful, they were so amazing, they were all there to help us. And recently we also had Wyatt in our midst, and Wyatt is like a special, he's an archangel, because even though as young as he is, he's so committed to the work, he's so responsible, he's so loving and caring. And then looking on my visa, I had just 3 months to go. So I said, no, I have to travel. I have to go and speak to people to come and support us, because this visa should not go just like that. I have to go somewhere. So as I discussed this, I received a mail from Wyatt's mom that, okay, if you travel, my husband and I have decided to open our doors to you so you can come to Utah. Then I said, oh my goodness, then I have to struggle and go, because every money that we raise goes directly into the children. So we don't have any money saved anywhere. I said, no way. Once someone else has opened her doors, then I have to struggle and go. Even if I have to buy ticket on credit, I will buy ticket on credit to travel to meet them, because I don't know what the Lord will do. So we struggled, and we didn't even know it was going to happen. And then one night we had a call that, Mama Jane, can you come to the airport immediately? So we had to carry our things, and that was Monday, and then we traveled all the way, and the Lord has brought us here. So we want to say thank you for coming, and I bring you warm greetings. We bring you love from the Potter's Village Palace. I call it a palace because I do not tell my children that they are orphans, they are abandoned children, they are poor people. I don't say that. I call them princes and princesses. So I bring you love, warm greetings from the Potter's Village Palace in Ghana. Ghana is a country in West Africa, and it is surrounded by French-speaking countries like Burkina Faso, Togo, and then the Ivory Coast. And then we are a population of about 24 million. So yes, and then we are rich in natural resources such as timber, gold, diamond, and we are rich. But to explore that greatness is another thing altogether. But Ghana is a rich country. And then Ghana is a rich country, and at a point I felt that I also had to do a little bit, something out of me to contribute to the development of Ghana. I am Jane, a professional teacher. I'm a marriage counselor, born in 1954, as everybody sees over there. I'm a July born, and I am a life success consultant. I preach the gospel of God. I preach the gospel of God, and then I'm a family life educator, and then I am an emotional healer as well, because why? I deal with battered women whose hearts are broken, whose hearts are bleeding, and so I had to train to be able to release them out of their pain, out of their bitterness. So I am an emotional healer as well, and then a life success consultant. I teach people to lead richer and brighter lives without stepping on the toes of anyone. And that we have some of the children who were tied in the forest because their own parents suspected that they were possessed with evil spirit. And so for all these reasons, the Potters Village was established, just to take care of these ones, to give them hope, to give them life fulfillment, for them to grow to become responsible adults, for them also to contribute their quota for the development of Ghana. This lady is a cripple. She wasn't a cripple. She wasn't a cripple, but she fell ill, she was injected, and she became like this. We gave her the dress that she's wearing, because if you see the backbone is curved and nobody knows how it happened. And so she couldn't walk. She couldn't walk. She was carried in and out of her room. And one day the one carrying her realized that she was becoming heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier, only to see that someone had raped her and she had become pregnant. And so we took care of her, and then until she delivered. She was operated upon, she did the CS, and she delivered safely. So we used to visit her, very often to send her clothes. So that was one of our visits. She's called Ami in a nearby village around where we operate. Yeah, so these are some of the reasons why the Potters Village was established. Where we are today, we started with about 15 women and then 10 children. They were referred to us from the Department of Social Welfare and the police and then the courts. Now we have about 125 children in our care. We have let the women out, not because we don't want to handle women issues, but where we are today is not convenient enough for us to accommodate women. And so for now, they come to my house. If there is a serious case, I counsel them in my house and they go back home. But we don't accommodate them because where we are is rented and it's a dilapidated house, flooded with mice and bed bugs, and so it doesn't make it comfortable for someone whose heart is bleeding to be there, for protection. So we don't take women there, but at the moment we have 125 children in our midst, and believing that these children have greatness in them. One interesting thing is that anytime I go there in the morning at the orphanage, I travel from Accra to Dodua, and when I go there, I assemble all the children and I tell them that, repeat after me. Tell yourself that greatness in me, come out. Greatness in me, come out. So I teach them and they repeat after me, and God's so good. Those who went to senior high school, they were 12. Those who went to the final year, all of them became prefects. So one day they came and said, Mama Jane, now we see that you are a prophetess. Everything that you have said in our lives, everything is happening. And so you see, one came and told me that I'm the dining hall prefect, another was the boys prefect, another was the compound prefect, another was prep prefect, another was chaplain, and all of them became prefects in a very big school, but the prefects that were chosen, all of them came from my orphanage. And so the children felt that really God has called me into that ministry to help them. And so we live in a dilapidated house. We are not able to accommodate the women anymore, but we counsel them. But we have 125 children living with us. What we do for these children is that we give them care. We give them care. We show them love. We show them love. Some of the big boys that are there, I put them on my lap and I rub my hands at their back and say, listen, you will never be a waste. God has something special for you. God knows why He created you. Just pray for me. As long as I live, I will make sure that the greatness in you comes out. So what we do is that we care for them, we give them food, we give them protection and everything, and we give them love. That is the most important thing to me, because they should know that they belong, that somebody loves them, somebody cares about them. And then we also offer training. We give vocational skills to school dropouts and teenage mothers. because of poverty. I wouldn't say that poverty is only in Ghana, but sometimes it is severe. So the children they drop out of school because they don't have anyone to help them, and they depend on men. So small boys pushing trucks. Maybe one day I pray that you visit Ghana. The people who push trucks, they are able to get something small. So the girls go to them, they get some 2 cedis, which is equivalent to how much, Nana?
Less than $1.
Less than $1. They give it to them and they sleep with them. You see, so we make sure that we train them, we empower them economically, and we empower them psychologically for them to know that they also have something good in them. They can also do something to make a living and not to depend on men. Because if you depend on a man, in Africa, they claim the right to beat you, as I said earlier. If you need pomade for your hair, you go to your husband. You go to a man. So if you do anything wrong, instead of encouraging you or talking to you, correcting you, they beat you up like a baby. So we train them to be self-sufficient so that they will not always depend. It's good for your husband to give you a gift, to take good care of you. But then you don't have to depend totally on the men. So we give them vocational training so that they can also be able to support themselves. And then we counsel them. There was a time we took custody of a little girl. And then each time we find her close to a river. There is a stream at the back of the Potter's village. The girl is called Peace. She would go and stand there with a knife attempting to stab herself. Yes, so we have to counsel her, and now she's very happy and is going to school. Yeah, so we also offer counseling support to our victims, those who come to ask for help. We also offer these programs alongside the shelter management, family life education, and that is our area. So we have gone around with all these programs, domestic violence and its impact on the health of women and children in Africa. We go around teaching, talking to people about it, and then anger management as an exceptional approach to domestic violence. This is some of the things that we do. And then we also talk about effective parenting, because some parents are not able to handle their own children, they are not able to direct them, control them, provide for them, show them love, so the children end up on the streets. So we go around teaching parents about parenting skills and the youth relationship, so that they will not go and take anybody, make any mistake. We teach them how to select a partner, and then so that they can be able to live happily. We talk about teenage pregnancy and then HIV, AIDS awareness. We go around, sometimes when we do programs, we go around with the children with the band, we dance on the streets with our placards, and that is what the children are demonstrating. All the children you find there are from the Potter's village, all of them, and they are very cooperative. Whatever we want to do, they support us to do it. And then our special programs, one is life success coaching, and then emotional healing, healing people out of guilt and bitterness. And then because we believe that if you are not right, if your spirit is not free, you cannot communicate with the higher authority, the higher power. And so we teach you how to release guilt and resentment. And then also marriage counseling. We teach people what they go to, we prepare them for what they'll be facing, because we let them know that we are two different people who have agreed to stay together as husband and wife. And so if you are different people, you don't expect your partner to behave the way you will behave. So you should be able to tolerate each other and understand, because we have seen ourselves, we are attracted to each other, and so we have to agree. So how is the agreement? We have to agree that, yes, I'm different. You too, you are different, but we love ourselves, so we have to stay together until death do us part. So you can't just go and taste the marriage and say, no, I realize that you are not the right person for me, so let me meet a lot of criminals around. And so these are our special programs: life success coaching, emotional healing, And the life success coaching, I said, it is to train people, teach people to lead richer and brighter lives without stepping on the toes of anyone. So as we put the children in an institution to help them to grow to become responsible adults, we also do these things alongside, so that we are helping, we are solving the problem from the top and then from the bottom, and then we crash it. We also do not concentrate only on the children that live with us. We spread our tentacles to cover other people who have need. Even though we don't have, but we have committed ourselves to help the needy, the poor, the orphans, the abandoned. And so now we help these ones because we do a lot of radio programs. So when they hear about us, they call us. So in one of our programs, we went to the central region to make a donation to Sami. And the big boy standing there are some of our children, and then with some of the staff, and then the mother of the cripple. And next time we have promised, because he told us that he has no wheelchair, so we have promised to give him a wheelchair, and then he also wants to learn how to make shoes. So we have to pay his fees. So that's our prayer. So these are some of the things that we also do. So it's not only the children in our custody, but to everybody who may need our help. If we can afford, we do everything in our power to help. Our plans are that where we are, because it's a dilapidated house, it's almost falling on our heads with mice and everything. We have been praying that God please provide for us, and we were blessed. Somebody came to buy some plots of land for us, and so our plan is to put up a more comfortable and a permanent place for the children who are in our care. And we also, our plan is, no, we have not gotten there yet. Our plans, yes, plans for the future. So we see the beautiful house that we have drawn there. The architects are taking so much money, which we don't have, but we have promised that if we get, we'll pay. They have drawn the administration, the dormitories for boys and girls, classroom block, and then the assembly hall and everything. And so here we would also train children and women who need a vocation to be those who are economically disadvantaged. And then we also want to engage in some kind of income generating activities. We want to engage in income generating activities so that we will not only depend, we will not have to depend mainly on donors, but at least we can also get something. So the first, apart from our building, is also to start a bakery in a small way. We want to start a bakery, and we estimated it at 10,000 Ghana cedis. But if we want to do it to our satisfaction, we may also have to add a van that can take the bread round. We may also need a kneading machine, a roller, and everything, but those ones are very expensive. But for now, we want to just do it in our own small way to start, so that we can be able to pay the caregivers. What I have realized is that caregivers are not considered. Anytime people come to make a donation, they are only thinking about the children. They bring big towels, they bring food, they bring everything, shoes, and then it's only for the children. So sometimes the mothers are also peeved. They feel that, oh, why? We are struggling, we are doing this when the children are sick, we carry them to hospital. Now it is Wyatt who is doing that. Wyatt is an uncle, is a big brother, is a grandpa, is everything to the children. Oh, seriously. Yeah. He is very responsible. Every minute he carries somebody to hospital. But the children are many, and this one will be sick, the following day another person. Then Wyatt will come, Mama Jane, this one also. Then I carry him, then he carries him. You see, so in the absence of Wyatt, the mothers are doing everything, like all these things, moving up and down. Sometimes they don't sleep, they go to sleep in the hospital, they don't have their freedom, and all that. Yet when people come to donate, they leave them out. So if we have the income generating activity, we'll have money enough to be able to pay them good so that even if we don't give them anything at all, they will still, feel happy. But if we give them something very small, and then we expect them to go all out to take care of the children, sometimes they feel better about it. So our bakery, and then we also have some plots of land in a place called Aburi, and we've planted some plantain, cocoyam, cassava, and we also have plans to start livestock farming. So to rear pigs and goats and things like that. And then with the poultry, we'll have some eggs and chicken for the children. And then we also sell some to take care of the women and children that are in our custody. Our agents in need. Our needs are many. Our needs are many. As I stand here, I wish I could go back home with barrels of food and clothes and candies and drinks for Christmas. Because when I get there, everybody is looking into Mama Jane's bag. What did you bring? So apart from all the things that I've mentioned, we need funding, big money for building project, and then we also need money to start the bakery, and then we need sponsorship for all the children. That is the most important thing for me now, because sometimes I go off, sometimes I collapse in my office and they rush me, seriously, because you are thinking somebody comes and Mama Jane, my hair, oh Mama Jane and my this, oh Mama Jane something did this, oh a dog bit me, oh this, that, and every day we are pulling money out, we are begging people, every day I'm scouting around looking for money to take care of the children, and it is not easy. But when we have people, wonderful people like you, sponsoring with even a $50, $100, $20, every month we will get something in our coffers to be able to run the place effectively and efficiently. We will take care of health, food, their clothes, and then the administration, that's getting allowances for the workers so that they will also be happy. So what we need is health, money for health, food, and other supplies for the children to keep the place running. Everything is clear, but I still have to say something. The Potter's Village. How can Utah, Salt Lake, and Already help the Potter's Village? You can do a one-time donation. Give something, big or small, because any little donation is highly appreciated, because we don't have and we need help. So whatever amount you give, it will be highly appreciated. So we need cash to run the place, to provide for the children, and we also need clothes, food. We need educational materials. We've started our own school because when the children were in public school, they used to abuse them the more. Sometimes teachers would go to class and say, "Where are the children from the orphanage? Stand up! Go and tell that your mother that she knows that she can provide for you. That is why she brought you. Go for your this, go for your fees, go for your that." And some of the children came when they were babies. Some were born there, like the baby you saw. He was born there by a mad woman. I'm sorry to say this. He was born there. And so they don't even know what an orphanage means. That is why I call it a palace, Potter's Village Palace. They don't know, so they come, "Mama Jane, they said they're children from orphanage." What is orphanage? And somebody said the orphans. So what is orphan? And then I feel embarrassed. I don't know what to do. I can't explain. No, sometimes I get confused. So I moved all the children from the school. I withdrew them and I started tutoring them. I took teachers to come and take care of them on our veranda. Even though the building is old and it's almost collapsing on our heads, mice eating our food and urine on our gari and things like that, still we have the children on the veranda, which is not even the best because the kitchen is right in the middle of the compound. So whilst the children are in class, Some of them will be peeping to see what they are preparing. Some of them want to go and then grab some fried fish and things like that. And then the dormitory is right there. So some of them, when they are tired, they want to run to go and hide and sleep in the dormitories. So we started our own school, and so we need educational materials to run the school. And then medical supplies, we have a small cabinet for medicine. So if we are able to lay hands on some, we just go and keep them safe there. And then Wyatt is there until December, so he'll continue to do his work as a nurse and everything. So, but the local workers are also there to help. So we also need educational supplies, medical supplies, and then we need bed sheets, blankets, pillows. We get them, but they are small. They are not too mature. We have some big ones over there, but they are not able to control the little ones. Sometimes when they will be on bed, they just carry their things slowly, go to the back of the house and dump it over there. So we always have need of beddings, and then cooking utensils, big pots to cook, and then in it for the children. And then support for our long-term project, and then to also get people to volunteer. You can ask your son, your daughter, or maybe yourself, to come and volunteer your expertise to support the Potters Village Palace. We need volunteers who come and show love to the children, just like Wyatt. Wyatt is known everywhere, and that is why I'm mentioning Wyatt, because most volunteers are very good, they are kind, they are hardworking, but this one is extremely hardworking. I'm talking about Wyatt Shapiro. He is extremely hardworking, and no wonder the mother opted to have us here to help us to raise something for the upkeep of the children, because he is always concerned. Every now and then he's carrying somebody on the shoulder to the hospital, but he's feeding somebody, he's playing football with them, doing everything with them. So we need volunteers as Wyatt to come and also share their expertise with us, and also to gain rich experience from the Potters Village. And then we also want that you tell people about us, that we really need help. People have partners, but when I started, I was writing books for senior high schools. So I thought I had money enough to be able to take care of the women and children. Sometimes I would give my own money to a woman to set up a small business for her, so that she can go and then also help herself. But at a point I realized that all the money was gone. I had to line up all my cars, sell them to take care of people's wives and people's children. To go around to mend, to bring peace in families. So now we don't have anything than to beg. We go begging. We go soliciting. So if you tell people about us, maybe somebody can say, oh, is that so? I have money, I want to put up one building for Potters Village. Or I can buy food. Or I can pay this airfare, because we had to buy a ticket on credit to travel to the US, because I didn't want to waste the 3 months that was left on my visa. So if you talk to people about us, between now and Sunday when we'll be gone, nobody knows where the miracle will come from. Yeah, so please talk to people about us, and that is the way you can also help the Potters Village. I am here with Nanama. She's my daughter. She's the third child, and she's done child development studies. She's done her master's in child development studies in Norway, University of Science and Technology. And so she knows much, and she's a lecturer, and she is our national coordinator and a counselor. So if she has anything to add, she's free to do that. Otherwise, yes, no, come. Just come and say one word. Let them hear Mama Jane's daughter, who is the counselor and the national coordinator.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
We are happy to have you here. we are glad that we're able to honor our invitation. I think that for whatever thing you want to say, Mama Jane has said everything. And all I can say is that, like she said, the way we can sponsor is to probably look out for sponsors for the children. That's the most important thing. Because when we get sponsors for them, I think not long ago, Wyatt sent a message to her mom that most of the children are getting sick. And we need money to take them to the hospital. I think I saw it on Facebook. And she was able to raise some money from maybe friends and families from you. But if we're able to get sponsors from them, then we don't need to raise money just when they need to go to the hospital. Because there will be enough funds to be able to get the organization running, so that if someone is sick, quickly we can send the child to the hospital. So if we can get sponsors for the children, and also get probably people who can say, one challenge that Mama Jane also spoke about was that I did my research with orphanages in Ghana when I was doing my master's program, and in my field survey, I realized that most people do not actually take care of the caregivers. You know, the mothers who take care of them, the staff. Like Mama Jane said, some will come and donate and they say, the mothers are not included. So for me, this afternoon when we're having a discussion, I said, one other way we could help, as not here, is to maybe get people who can say, okay, I'm going to help with the sponsoring of maybe the payments of the staff's salary, maybe for about 6 months. So that when our bakery has taken shape, now we can be able to pay them so that they can have the love to take care of them. Now I was telling Mama Jane that when I have the opportunity, maybe when I get a scholarship to do my PhD, what I'm going to look at is the well-being of caregivers and its impact on the children. Because just like as a parent, if you are not very well, we know it can affect the child. The same way, if the caregivers are not in a very good shape, because most of these caregivers are also battered women, they also need support psychologically, emotionally, and all that. So if they do not get well paid, they are not comforted and all that, it can also have impact on the children. So for me, the new thing I can add is if we could also get help in the area of taking care of the mothers, it will be highly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Very brilliant. Yes, she has a lot of ideas. And I'm proud of all my children. I have 6 children, and they have all supported me until today. When they are going to school, their provisions, their pocket money, say, okay, Mama, you take this for the children. Take provisions. And until today, I don't think she has 2 suitcases full of clothes. Anytime she's sorting out, Mama, go and give it to these people, go and give it to this girl, go and do that. And all of them, 6 of them, they have all supported me until now, and I'm so proud of them. Just like I'm proud of Wyatt, they've done so much to bring us this far. So we thank you so much. If there are any questions, anything that we need to clarify, you are free to. Yes.
How do you get like clothes and medical supplies and all that stuff? How would we get that to you?
When I visited, the last time I came here, I visited a church in Mount Vernon in New York. The church, they brought all the items to the church, and they bought barrels. So everyone who had something to donate, they brought them, and then we separated them. Medical supplies, clothes, food, books. They brought library books and other things, and then they packed them and give them to shepherds, and they brought them.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, you're talking about sponsoring the children. How are you going about that? I sponsor one in Uganda, but it's probably an organization that's been set up a long time. But the way it is set up, it's very appealing to people. They have a picture of the child, and in it is a little background of the child and their circumstances, where in these cases it could tell about, the child, how they happened to come to Potter's Village. So their circumstances, their age, their birthday, and then they have a set amount of money that would cover their education and school, medical, that goes into a fund that's drawn from to cover those things. And then additional things like for birthdays or special occasions, Christmas, Easter. What I've done, when I mail to Uganda, if you go over a certain weight, they get charged on that end. And so they can't accept the package because they don't have the money to pay for it. So we have to keep things, when I mail, it has to be like in a 9 by 11 envelope. It can't be over 1 inch thick and it can't weigh over 16 ounces. But what I found is I use scales, a kitchen scale, and I can buy clothes like nice clothes at Children's Place here, and you can get a lot in a package and stay under 16 ounces. If you use, I bought a Seal a Meal, which shrink wraps the package. So I put the clothes or the items, or like I just mailed off school supplies, and put them in, use the shrink pack so it gets it smushed down so I can get it in that envelope. And then I put it on my kitchen scales. I get all the wrapping, the customs form, so that I don't exceed that 16 ounces, because I know that they won't get the package if I go over that. But it's been able to be there. So is there some sort of anything that's set up to, to help people?
Okay, I think what you're saying is mainly showing those who also want to send things, items to children outside. Otherwise, when we come here, normally I come to the US and I base in New York. So when we visit churches or individuals, when they come, they call the shippers and the shippers take about, some time ago they used to take $150, and then the last time I came it was $200, now I don't know. So they pay, so when they pay for the freight, the shipment, as soon as it comes, they bring it to our doorstep. Yeah, so when people donate items, they give a little amount, their friends also contribute, and then they pay, to ease us from too much burden. Yeah, and then sponsoring the children, it could take any form once you decide, because if you want to sponsor a child at the Portage Village, well, list everything that the child will need, from bed, the beddings, trunk box, and then anything that the child will need, shoes, undergarments, nighties, pajamas. We list all that, because to me, I don't want the children to look like, oh, we are so poor, people should see us. In some homes, in some orphanages, they show the children on TV, and that one is against my something. That they use chewing stick and the children are chewing, and then they are not wearing dresses, some panties, and I don't want to show that. Even though we are struggling, we don't want to seriously do that. So we list all these things. But when we send them out, people think, oh, no, Mama Jane, this is too expensive. We can't pay. And that is why we said, generally, if you can afford maybe $50 a month, it depends on how much you can afford. Even if it is $5, it should come into our coffers, and then we use it to take care of, because my children are grown already. I am not looking, because I'm already fat, I'm looking for a way to slim down. When we came, Tiffany said, oh, Mama Jane, everything is here. I said, oh, me, when I travel, it's an opportunity for me to slim down. So I am praying that no one prepares anything for me. Then I'll just take some drink, and then I'll go, and when I get together, they say, oh, Mama Jane, you look so beautiful. Yeah, so I'm not looking for food to eat to become fat. All that I'm doing is for the joy that somebody will have life fulfillment, and there will be peace in my country. Whether I'm recognized or not, all that I know is that that was my contribution. That is my joy. So I don't need money, I don't need food. The only food I like best in my life is fufu. I don't know if anyone has heard of fufu. Fufu and light soup and fish. That is all I love. I don't like rice, I don't like bamboo, I don't like anything. You see, so all I need is money, something small, so that I can also relax, because I always stress myself taking care of the children. So if I have little money trickling in, coming in, I know that, okay, if somebody is sick, quickly, we are not going to write to Tiffany to talk to family members and friends to bring money immediately, but we can quickly lay hands on something. So that's why we are saying that if you would love to help, the amount that you want to give, you tell us how long you want to do that. So we condition our minds that Mama Tiffany is supporting Kwabena or the boy who was carrying, oh, those are our footballers. Our footballers are there. So, okay, we also need jerseys. Jerseys and then football boots for them. Almost all of them want to become footballers. So if someone knows a team that can get them, bring them here, we train them, and then they become big-time footballers, and they come and support the rest of the children that are ported. That's something that we have to do. Oh, we can see their faces well. Those are our footballers. Did you see Shapiro there? Yes. Shapiro was there. Yeah, so concerning the sponsorship, any amount that you can give, we even right now we have some envelopes there if maybe somebody wants to put something in it quickly, and then we also have our bank details if somebody wants to wire money into our accounts. It will be highly appreciated. Yes, ma'am.
So Kathy kind of reminded me of something I was thinking about on my way here is if we do sponsor a child, would it be a specific child? And is there a way to find out who it is that we would be sponsoring and be able to like communicate with them? Or is it just general, more general, like here's $100, just sponsor a child, use it as you see fit? Do you have a plan?
Giving $100 or $50 or $200, we were thinking it should be general. Okay. But we have a profile of the children also on our website. So if you find any child that you are interested in, sure, you can sponsor, and then as the child moves to senior high school, to college, we'll bring the specific fees that the child may need. We have some slippers, leather slippers and files over there at the back. It was one of the girls who did that, and that is the greatness out of the children that we're talking about. She did all those single-handed. So we brought them, and we are looking seriously for a sponsor for that girl because she's intelligent, she's brilliant. You see, so you can choose her. Otherwise, it should be general, so we can always be able to take care. And if you choose one particular person that you want to sponsor, we have, it's on our sponsorship information that 3 months, every 3 months, or every quarter, we put them on Skype, and then they talk with their sponsors. They converse with their sponsors, and they can also write, and then we also do a report about them. We take a picture, they will write a letter to you, they tell you everything, and then we mail it to you. And then every quarter, then we also put you on Skype so that they will know who their sponsors are and how sweet and loving they are. Have I answered you?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, thank you.
I looked at the children's profiles. It didn't say how much it would be to sponsor a child. Is there different needs for each child? And is there a suggested amount for sponsorship? What would you recommend?
No, did you say you saw the profile? Or you on our website? And then it was different needs. No, it's general for everybody.
Okay.
But with the exception of those who are already in senior high school, and those who are in college, those are the ones with different requests.
Is there an amount, a general amount?
The general amount, the tuition fee used to be 450 Ghana cedis, but now the government has increased it to 800 Ghana cedis. So apart from the tuition, we have textbooks fee or money set aside for textbooks, notebooks, exercise books, and then some pamphlets and some other little fees. Yes. And then school requirements and then personal needs as well.
So if we do something monthly, is there some, how would we pay? What's the best way to send money? Is it online? Is it by check through the mail?
We would prefer sending it into Porters Village accounts. And so we have the account details right here with us, or you send it through Western Union or MoneyGram.
Okay.
We also have set up a agreement where my nonprofit, Smile for Mom, is taking donations if
Yeah.
people want to do, especially if people want to do larger donations and would like a tax receipt.
Exactly.
And so I can, and then every penny goes directly to them. So if you're interested in donating and receiving some type of a tax receipt, then you can, I can provide that. And my attorney says it may be tax deductible, you need to talk to your accountant, but my receipt is valid, it is a 501c3. So, but I have to say may. But basically, depending on, anyways, so yes. Lisa.
How much is it to volunteer? Like,
Oh,
I'm interested maybe for my son or for myself to
Okay.
go over there.
they're wondering about volunteering. My son goes through IVHQ, International Volunteer Headquarters.
Oh, okay.
And I felt like they were very reasonable. They don't, you pay for your plane ticket and your travel insurance,
Yeah.
but their fees are actually quite reasonable. For 6 months, I believe it was about $2,400,
Wow.
and that included room and food and the project. So, and then I believe you can work through Potter's Village directly also, but do you prefer IVHQ? Or does it matter?
Most of them, we don't actually care, but those of them who came through IVHU this time, they want to come directly to the Potter's Village. So if anyone is interested in coming directly to the Potter's Village, it's also accepted.
Okay.
Yes.
And what amount of time would you suggest, like say if it's an adult, what do you think is a good amount of time to spend there, like a minimum amount of time, if I don't have a lot of time to spend? 3 weeks or?
No,
For the volunteering?
no, it depends
Is
on
that too
you.
little time?
Yeah, it depends on you because Wyatt is staying for about 6 months. 6 months, so it depends on you, the time that you have.
Okay.
So if
So
you
it's,
can-
it's like 3 months, is that just too little time?
Oh, it's okay. Some even come to stay for 1 week.
Oh,
Yes, they come to stay for 1 week, and sometimes they come fully prepared to help the vulnerable. So sometimes when they come, immediately they ask us, what do you need? Food. Let's go to the market. They buy the food, the next minute they are gone. And then others also want to volunteer their time, their love, and everything. So it depends on what you want to do.
okay.
Yes.
But 2 weeks would be, that would be like a reasonable amount of time for an adult, like, that wanted to spend some of their vacation there?
Vacation.
Minimum 2 weeks.
Oh.
Is that minimum 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, if you wanted to take a couple weeks off work and,
Take vacation time from work to come volunteer at Potter's. 2 weeks would be.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've noticed
Good.
Wyatt had said there's been a lot that have come for 2 to 3 weeks, and that seemed to be pretty standard, I believe, especially like during the summer. So,
Yeah, so Tiffany is here. She invited us and everything that we have to do. Unfortunately, I was just taking all the questions, thinking that, we are talking about immediately giving something. But after we are gone, everything we have to do, she is the channel. She is the channel. So, but now if you want to give, the envelope is the channel. The envelopes are there. So when we are gone, everything that has to do with the Potter's Village, talk to Tiffany. Because she's the reason why we are here. And her husband is so nice. He's giving us all the support that we need. So when we are gone, the two of them are here for Potter's Village. But now the envelopes are there for Potter's Village.
I have a question about the new house that you're going to build. Is it larger? Is it going to be able to hold more children? Like, do you have a goal in mind to increase the capacity for the children?
His intention, are we going to increase the capacity of the children after we build the new house?
Yes, sure, because almost all the time, I don't know if you saw the collaborators, the list of people that we collaborate with. We collaborate with Ghana Police, that's Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit of the Ghana Police. we collaborate with social welfare, we collaborate with courts, with traditional rulers. So they bring in people, but because we don't have space, we only take people referred by social welfare and the police and court, because sometimes it's urgent, it's an emergency case. So we have no choice than to take them. So if we are able to put up our own place big enough, then when they bring the people, depending on the space that we have, we take them.
So do you think the capacity will be the same that you have right now or more?
Oh, it will be more. It will be more. Yes, it will be more. My wonderful men are not asking me anything. I don't know if it is because I said in Africa men eat the women, and so I'm there to fight for the women. I fight for men as well, because if there is no peace in the home, I speak to the home and there is peace. So I'm for men, I'm for women, and I'm for all children. So please speak to me. My men are not saying anything and I'm not happy. It appears I'm here for only women and children. So please forgive me. I'm here for everybody.
I have a question about, I was thinking about the men too. And is there programs in Ghana or things that are in place to change the culture, the negative culture between the men and the women, and to teach the men how to respect and treat women? Because wouldn't you like to be out of work? I mean, that would be the best thing, honestly, to not have to do that. So I'm just wondering, I mean, you are doing great work, but also on the other side, to stop that abuse, are there things going on?
We have been shouting, we have been crying aloud. For me and my organization, my team, we have gone around the whole of Ghana. So most men know when they hear a deep voice, they say, ah, is that the woman? But they know that as for this woman, she is talking about women treating women badly and all that. So we do programs for them as well. And then some of the men too, sometimes the women don't treat them nicely. And madam, if you don't do this case, I will kill myself. I said, oh, we haven't gone that far. Don't kill yourself now. Just hold on. Why? Because the wife and the mother have teamed up, and then anytime he comes from work, they are not working, so they'll just meet him and say, what did you bring? Let's see. They search his pocket, and then they take every money out of the pocket. And he felt he couldn't take it anymore. So I don't know who showed him my office. He came there crying. This one, if you're not able to do anything, I will kill myself right now. And I was scared, I was afraid. I didn't know whether he had something to quickly kill himself right there. So I said, hold on, we haven't gone that far. You sit down, everything will be fine. So some of the men also have serious problems with their wives. Some of the wives are very terrible. I don't know of here, but in Ghana, some of the women are terrible human beings. So we speak to them. That's why we do family therapy. We talk to the men, we talk to the women, we talk to the children, family members, friends around, so that we leave them to stay in peace. Yes.
So concerning the question you asked, now currently the new approach that all those who fight for domestic violence are now cultivating is not only to tell the women, come when you are being abused, report it when you are abused. Now we are trying to engage the men, so that anytime we have, for example, a workshop, an awareness program, not only women come and say, okay, when they beat me, I need to report. We also talk to the men that it is wrong, it is unacceptable to beat a man, so that gradually they also get to know that it's not only about the woman reporting, but we need to handle it from the roots. Don't abuse the woman because it's unacceptable. If you're a woman, to not abuse the man emotionally with your words because it's unacceptable. So now in the fight, both men and women are involved, yeah, to reduce the domestic violence. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? Are my men ready to talk to me now? It's that Potter's Village, and that is why we have to move out. Some of the volunteers. You see the roofing sheets and everything? Yes, Daddy.
I'll speak for the men. Not really. I just have a question on your money that you need for like getting the bakery set up. Do you know approximately how much you need?
Yes, we need in Ghana cedis, we need about 10,000 Ghana cedis to start.
It's $4,000 was about 3,008. I think
About 4,000
yeah, so
US dollars.
4,000.
Okay.
100
Oh, was that on the? I didn't see it.
I can't match.
okay, 3,000.
See, the men are contributing, as you notice up here.
The current rate, the only problem we have in Ghana is that our economy is not stable at all. So we can, if we give you the figure in dollars now, tomorrow, you can even check tomorrow, and you will see that it will change.
It'll change.
Yeah, but roughly it should be between $3,500 to about $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, as per the changes.
The rate.
Yeah,
Generally.
yeah, as per the changes in the rates.
Would you be able to purchase all of the equipment if you had the money? Is the equipment available in Ghana for the bakery?
The kneader and all that.
The things that we need to start, yes, everything is available.
Okay, so it's
Everything is available.
okay.
Would the bakery go where you're at right now, or would it be at the new location on the new grounds?
We have a place in mind to start it, but then when we have the machines, like the roller, like the mixer, it will be on our land. But for now, we want to start it somewhere, and then
So you'll be able to start it where you're at and then move it to the...
Yes, and then we move it if we have the machines and everything.
Okay.
They talked about it, they said that they could start it for about, for the 10,000 seating, without necessarily having the mixer and the roller, and make it work, and then as they're able to keep it working, they can then acquire new equipment, acquire a van. But they wanted to, I guess, not have it be quite so expensive to start up. I mean, if someone wants to donate enough to cover all of it, that would be great too. But to get up and running, they could start with 10,000 CD, or that about $4,000.
Exactly. So if we are blessed to have someone who is ready to donate the machines, the mixer, the roller, and the van, it will be extra blessing.
Is the van included here in your grand total?
No.
Okay.
No.
This is just to get started and be able to make the bakery work. Anything else will just allow them to be more efficient, be able to more output, and be able to deliver wider.
So my big brother has spoken for all the men. Or maybe someone else wants to say something.
I just want to say it's probably not coincidence that the man's question was related to food.
Is it US dollars on the
Well, yeah.
Yes.
How much can you sell a loaf of bread for?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like how much
It
profit do
depends
you
on
make
the
on
size. We have 10 CDs, 5 CDs, 6 CDs, 2 CDs, like that. The small round ones. So 2 CDs, 5 CDs, 10 CDs.
Okay.
And some even 11 CDs.
Wow. Good bread.
Do you ship overseas?
Any other ideas to share with us? We also need ideas from here. But we don't have to go just like that. We must go, empowered. Yes, ma'am.
Well, this was Kathy's suggestion to me.
Pardon me?
Kathy, next to me, she suggested maybe a GoFundMe.
Oh, I thought she's got one set up.
Yeah.
We should have a GoFundMe,
Oh,
and
okay.
if someone just wants to quickly donate, 25 or 50, I mean, she's got the envelopes back there too that she could just take cash.
Okay, I was just curious.
Going forward, someone mentioned GoFundMe takes out was it 50?
Do they get a percentage?
They do get a percentage. I think it was 5 or 10%.
But they will go there.
Yeah, and then what we did, and I was mistaken, I gave Wyatt the money, but if Potters would be able to utilize the money. And Wyatt was good because he went to them and says, I have this money, what should we do with it? But if they have access to the money directly, and that was what, going forward, everything will go straight to Potters and they'll be able to use it where they need to. And Wyatt found out that there were insurance cards, and so some of the volunteers were paying for medical things that they maybe at first didn't need to, and so very quickly realized that there are some things in place that could lower the cost, and so then he used the money donated for food. But all money from here on will go directly to Potters Village, and they will.
So are you saying don't put it into the GoFundMe?
We're
It
gonna
takes part of it?
open a bank account. We'll publish the information.
And that would
to
be
deposit
better.
into that bank account. And that bank account will be dedicated to Potters Village. So any money that goes in will immediately be transferred to Potters
Okay,
Village.
that's
So who do we make the check out to tonight? I didn't.
To you.
If you
Yeah.
need a tax
Yeah.
receipt,
Yeah.
make it out to Smile for Mom, and it will,
Okay.
all
You
of
guys
it will
don't
go
have that
directly back to them. If the tax receipt is not an issue, then you can immediately make it out to them, or can you accept
Will you be
checks?
able to?
US checks, or is that still something that we should have it, make out checks to me and I can cash those?
Sure.
Okay. So go ahead and just make it out to Smile for Mom, and then I promise everything's going straight to her. So, and then
So the envelopes are also here.
what's that?
Envelopes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we have envelopes here. Can you come on?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so they have envelopes here for donations, and so if you want to put cash in, great, and if you want to write a check, go ahead and make it out to Smile for Mom.
Do you want to talk about these items are for
Oh,
sale back here?
And then on the back, she talked a little bit about the leather works that the young lady Yvonne created, and the book binding, the artwork. And did she do the beads also?
Yeah, no, she didn't.
Oh, okay. But there are also some beads. Children have painted the beads in the colors of the Ghana flag with a little star on it. And so those are also available. The leather work and the sandals, they're hoping that that will gain enough to sponsor her for her senior high school. And
She's
so,
already in senior high school, but
Okay.
she's going to her final year, and so we need support for the school registration and then the fees for the 1 year that is left.
so they wanted to showcase her handiwork because she's just excelling at that, and has a real future.
Yeah, yes. So anyone who takes one pair, or maybe the file, we have 2 files that she made, and then she made some wallets as well. It's not any serious thing, but then I think it's a good starting point. So we take a picture of the person, and then we say, Yvonne, this man or this mama bought your slippers, because I told her that she's not so well, and I wanted to showcase her. Unfortunately, I wanted her to stand behind, and then we take a picture of her. No, she's very determined, a very intelligent girl. So her things are there, and then we also have some beads made by the children. So just to encourage my children. Yes. Oh, yes. She's asking if she can bring the items.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can go back and look at the items on the table.
Can we get
Kind
a
of a
moment
bit of
to
a-
around the